Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, I am on this Christmas tree kick right this moment, and we're kind of doing a little bit of this and that and this and that, and we'll see where we end up today. I already feel like I'm rushing myself because I want the end product, and I should have used a smaller brush, but and I don't even know, did I say I'm Lynn? I don't even know, because I was so excited about my little Christmas tree here. So I'm Lynn, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13, and we paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He has autism, and I share our journey with autism and breast cancer. So there we go. And I'll go back and go, that's the thing about having, I was just using the excuse that I have chemo brain and thyroid brain. Well, one of my friends, even though Owen is 13, pointed out the fact that I also have mommy brain. So there you go. So whatever and all the things you can imagine are with this this brain at this point. So it's, I remember our names. I remember to laugh. I remember that my son is the most amazing person I know. That's the truth. So he's been quite interested in the fact that he is a boy in 7th grade and that he will be going to high school, and he wants to make sure when he'll be, and he always says adult, like 2 separate words. We're working on it, but it's sometimes when words start with a word like a, he looks at it, and even if you explain to him that it's one word, he still has that, deciding moment of how it goes. So anyways, but he is fascinated with being an adult. He wants to know when that is going to happen, and he's asked about, like, he wants to go to high school. He knows that he'll be going to high school, and he wants to know what some of his friends will be going to the same school or different schools. And then he wants to know when he will be at college school, if he'll be an adult when he's at college school. And so we've been going through all of that, and it's so fascinating to me. I keep looking, I keep looking. I'm not wearing one of my, I'm wearing one of my new, one of my dresses that is not a smock, and so I keep looking at it like, am I going to get paint all over me? Anyways, so he's very fascinated with going to college school, and what he what he can do and when he can go and who's going to be there and all the things. And so I'm very proud of him because he's like, he's still learning. Who isn't? He's still learning math. He's still learning science, but he retains so much information. But he likes to answer incorrectly. He thinks that is one of the most hilarious things to do. And so when he goes through and like will say something, he will he'll say it and then talk about, like if it's supposed to be yes, he answers no, and so forth and so on. So he knows that he's supposed to answer the right answers, trying to get, the best, his grade. Grades, even when I was in high school, college, all of it, that should mean more to me. But it's like one of those things that you have to, I want him to be able to learn and do his best and enjoy, but yet I want him to answer correctly because, like I keep telling him, we want to hear his voice. We want to know what he thinks. We want him to learn to write so that he can sign his name and share his story, and whatever he wants to do, he'll be able to do. And so, but again, he likes those wrong answers. He likes when they use apps that have sounds that are, that justify in his mind a wrong answer. He loves it even more because it makes a sound and then he can kind of go, because he likes having them. So he now is, part of it was because he was on his, today's December 1st. So we were just in November and he was on Thanksgiving break. And so part of it was him wanting to get back into school and to being, in those, back in his routine and talking about all of that. But a lot of it is just he's maturing and he's like, he loves school. He absolutely loves school. And so for him, he wants to go back to, now, I just tried to turn her off a minute ago and she said she wasn't working. So there you go. Anyways, so he was ready to go back to school, very much. He had a great Thanksgiving break because some of them have been very hard before, but he really did amazing for his spring break. We had some relatives come up to visit us and it was a lot. It was a lot. And he did fantastic. Now, mind you, he was basically like running to the bus this morning and talking about his teacher and everything all morning. But he was so excited to be back in that world. He was ready. So, when you go through all of that, it's kind of trying to figure out what is important and what's exciting and what's, the whole aspect of it. So, my thought was when I started this painting that I was going to do this kind of very rustic tree and then do some lines for lights. But it's hard. I'm doing this knowing that I can turn them into brown here. But I wanted to do like a light And then like a little candle wick kind of thing. So this was kind of my plot and my plan. And just doing those randomly. I think I'll do them. We shall see if I'm how this is going to go. We shall see. So, Owen is very happy today because he got to go back to his music therapy, and his grandma picked him up from school, and so that was very exciting to him. And then he is going to go to his music therapy. I'm really not doing these in any particular order. And technically I have 2 light blues. So we'll see what happens as I go along here. So I'm hoping that tonight will be. He's been pretty calm, even though there's been a lot of stuff going on for him. He did well. See, this is my other blue, but it probably doesn't look enough different than the other one to make it. But that's okay. That's okay. We're just gonna keep doing what we do. But he's growing so much, and everything is changing, and he's learning how to adapt. He still asks tons and tons and tons of questions about every single thing you can possibly imagine. But again, he's growing, and it's truly amazing as to where he is and what's happening, and I'm very thankful. Here we go. Did I say this, or did I say it in my mind? I went to my appointment today, and all my numbers look good. So things are going along well. So that is a good thing. Very happy about that. I have I have an echo for my heart on about, I don't think it's quite 2 weeks. Not quite 2 weeks.
Lynn, here is your reminder. Do salt.
We are supposed to have storms tonight. snow. And so I wanted to make sure that I put out salt for the drive. I mean the walkway. So this isn't quite what I was gonna do, but it works. Oh, I spelled wrong. And it's I was gonna do a little more like just candles on the ends, but this is what we did. I'm laughing because art is I can't ever say the right word. Subjectory. It's people get to make up their own minds. And it's funny because I always say it's just paint. And I will often say they can't all be winners. And sometimes when I paint, I may not be painting for any other reason but because I'm emotional and I need to, just sit and paint whatever I can paint. If it doesn't even look halfway what it's supposed to, I'm happy to be painting. Sometimes I paint and I'm like, there is not one person that's going to think this looks cool. I don't think it looks cool. I don't like it. But it's here and it's just paint. And it'll be something that everyone was like, oh, I really like that. And then there's times where I paint it and I'm like, this is perfect. And it's because it's part of my heart. It's because it's part of whatever I'm doing. And so, it's like there's always these things. She's like catching up on everything that I tried to turn off. So anyways, I just paint from my heart. I paint in those moments and we do everything that we can, And so I always encourage people, if you haven't painted in a long time or haven't done your craft of whatever it is, do it, enjoy it, have fun with it. That is the part that needs to be done, is just enjoy doing the paint, enjoy doing the exercise of painting. That's the important thing. So that is what I shall leave you with. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and being a part of our day. Oops. I'm getting ahead of myself. Over Owen. And then L. And I'm anxious to get out there for my salt, even though I'm not doing it yet. All right. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.